Ahmed and Yusuf were about to take their matriculation exams. They studied together, sometimes visiting each other's houses. Their homes were in the same street. One day, Ahmed was at Yusuf's house. Suddenly, the light bulb stopped working, and Ahmed asked Yusuf to change it. Yusuf was worried, so Ahmed borrowed a bulb from him and changed it himself. "Wow, you fixed the room lights so quickly," Yusuf said. "How did you learn to do that?" "Our parents taught us many small tasks," Ahmed replied. "Don't you worry about getting an electric shock?" Yusuf asked. "Our parents taught us safety measures, and we follow them when doing such tasks," Ahmed explained. "Like what?" Yusuf asked. "Well, when handling electricity, we always wear rubber slippers or shoes. Even though we only do small tasks like changing light bulbs or plugs, we must be careful. If there's a risk of an electric shock, we first turn off the main switch. If someone does get an electric shock, we should push them away with a piece of wood, not with our hands, or we could get shocked too." "Alright, enough about that. Let's get back to studying," Ahmed said. Yusuf wanted to ask more questions, like what other tasks Ahmed knew, but they decided to focus on their studies. The next day, Yusuf went to Ahmed's house. He saw Ahmed climbing a ladder and hammering a nail into the wall. His younger brother was holding the ladder. "Sit down and get your books out. I'll be with you in a minute," Ahmed said. Yusuf nodded but stayed standing, watching. A couple of times, Ahmed winced as the hammer hit his hand, but he finished the job and came down. "Why didn't you sit down?" Ahmed asked. "I was watching you. You fixed the nail very neatly. Even though you hit your hand a couple of times, you did it," Yusuf said. "Yeah, small accidents like that happen. Dad says boys need to be strong because they have many responsibilities," Ahmed replied, putting his tools away. "Also, after finishing a task, it's important to put everything back in its place. That way, it's easier to find things next time, and younger siblings won't get hurt." Ahmed then led Yusuf into the room, and they began studying again. "Before we start studying, tell me, what other skills do you know?" Yusuf asked. "I can change a car tire, fix a bicycle chain, put dust covers on books and notebooks, and use a drill. Once, I even fixed a water tap." "I can do a lot of things," Ahmed said. "You know so many things. Will you teach me?" Yusuf asked. "Sure, but after the exams, we can take a short course on electricity at an institute," Ahmed said. Just then, Ahmed's mother called from downstairs, asking him to bring some items with his father. Ahmed quickly ran downstairs and carried a box of mangoes up to the room. Yusuf watched closely. He thought to himself, "Why can't I carry such weight? My father does it, but he never asks me to help." That day, Yusuf made a promise to himself that he would start helping his father with the work at home. It's important for everyone to learn small tasks. But remember, don't try to do something without learning how to do it first, and always keep safety in mind. Thinking that certain tasks are not for us is a mistake. We should all learn some useful skills.